Today is not about which bike is cooler. It is about choosing the right mission: street plus touring or track plus speed.
A naked 650 is built around leverage and comfort, so your body becomes part of the steering without fighting the bike.
A Supersport 600 is built around precision at speed, so your body is low, forward, and locked into the chassis.
Daily commuting is where comfort and low-speed control become the real performance metric.
On the street, an upright posture reduces wrist load and keeps your head up for scanning threats. On a Supersport, the same posture that is perfect at triple-digit track pace can feel heavy in stop-and-go traffic.
A 650cc parallel twin street bike rewards short-shifting torque, making real-world speed effortless and calm.
A 600cc Supersport rewards revs and precision, which can feel thrilling but demands more attention in daily riding.
Wide bars translate small inputs into confident direction changes, perfect for street corners and quick corrections.
Supersports feel like scalpels when you commit to the line, but they ask you to be deliberate rather than casual.
Street survival is vision. A more upright bike makes mirror checks and head turns easier and faster.
A tucked cockpit can reduce drag, but it can also reduce comfort and visibility when you are not riding at track speeds.
Low-speed control favors leverage, steering lock, and balance. That is naked bike territory. Supersports can do it, but the geometry and posture are optimized for speed, not tight turns. Touring begins with the basics: fuel range, comfort, and how easy the bike is to live with for hours. A street-focused seat and neutral triangle reduce fatigue on long rides, even if the wind hits you harder. A Supersport seat often prioritizes lock-in for cornering rather than plush distance comfort. Real-world passing power is often mid-range torque, not peak horsepower numbers on a brochure.
A 600cc Supersport comes alive as revs rise, which is addictive, but it can encourage speeds that do not belong on public roads.
On a naked bike, wind fatigue becomes a real factor after an hour, especially above highway speeds.
On a Supersport, the fairing can reduce wind pressure, but your wrists and neck may pay the bill. In the twisties at legal speeds, a torquey naked bike feels playful and responsive without needing extreme RPM.
In the twisties, when you push harder, the Supersport geometry and suspension feel like they are built for that exact moment.
Braking feel on the street is about controllability and feedback over imperfect pavement. Supersports shine when you brake hard and trail smoothly, because their setup expects aggressive inputs.
Street roads are imperfect. Softer compliance can mean more confidence and less fatigue.
Track-tuned stiffness feels amazing on smooth surfaces, but it can feel harsh on broken city pavement.
Night riding rewards visibility and comfort. The easier it is to turn your head and stay relaxed, the safer you are.
Supersports can be calm and stable at speed, but tight visibility and heat around the rider can wear you down in traffic. In real summers, engine heat and airflow matter. Touring comfort is not just seat padding, it is thermal management too.
Street and touring riders value easy luggage, simple straps, accessible seat, and space to carry real life.
Supersports can tour, but luggage often feels like an afterthought, and passenger comfort is usually minimal.
Touring is time. A bike that feels easy at 80% effort can be faster across a full day than a bike that demands 100% focus.
Supersports reward commitment. If your rides are short and intense, that is a feature. If your rides are long, it can become a burden.
Street grip is inconsistent. Dust, paint, gravel, potholes. Predictability matters more than ultimate corner speed. A comfortable setup that keeps tires planted on rough roads can feel safer than a stiff setup that skips. Now shift the mission. A track is controlled, predictable, and smooth. The rules change, and the Supersport starts smiling. On track, aerodynamics, ground clearance, and high-rev power become useful instead of wasteful. A naked bike can absolutely do track days, but it will emphasize rider technique over machine advantage.
To beam out. Here is the truth. The 650 Naked feels fast on the street because it delivers usable thrust now. The 600 Supersport.
This is what a Supersport is built for. Strong braking, high lean angles, and a chassis that stays calm when you push.
As speed rises, the Supersport becomes more planted, and every input feels like it is translated into lap time.
On track, the naked bike is honest. It teaches smoothness, throttle discipline, and lines, without hiding mistakes behind fairings.
Aerodynamics matter at speed. Fairings reduce drag and stabilize airflow, especially on long straights.
Without fairings, wind becomes the limiter. That is fine on the street, but on track it can reduce top-end comfort and endurance.
Track riding is repetition. A Supersport's controls and ergonomics are designed to repeat the same movement precisely.
In tight sections, a naked bike can feel surprisingly agile, because leverage makes flicks easy, even if ultimate stability is lower. Track heat stresses brakes, tires, and suspension. A Supersport typically arrives with stronger track-ready components.
On track, tire wear tells the story. The more you push, the more the bike's geometry and power delivery shape your costs.
Most rides end here, not at a finish line. Street plus touring is about enjoyment, without punishment.
If your wrists and neck complain after 40 minutes, that is your body voting for a different mission profile.
If you finish a 2-hour ride feeling fresh, that is the hidden speed of a street-focused bike. It keeps you riding longer.
Supersports can tour when the roads are open and the pace is steady, because aerodynamics help at speed. Naked bikes can tour when you accept wind and choose a calm pace, because the ergonomics keep your joints happier.
In the rain, controllable torque and relaxed posture can feel safer than chasing peak power. Street riding asks for forgiveness. The best bike for you is the one that forgives your tired moments. If your dream ride is perfect corners at higher pace, the 600 Supersport's chassis and brakes will feel like a direct upgrade.
If your dream ride is real-world fun at sane speeds, the 650 Naked's torque and comfort will feel like freedom.
Running costs are part of the mission. Tires, chains, and insurance often rise with track-focused riding.
A Supersport can burn expensive rubber quickly on track. A street naked usually stretches tire life longer, if ridden responsibly. Practicality is performance when you ride every day. Steering lock, comfort, and low-speed confidence.
Supersports demand more care in parking lots and slow maneuvers, because everything is optimized for the fast part.
If you add a small screen and a soft bag, a 650 Naked becomes a genuine weekend touring machine. If you accept the posture, a Supersport can do touring too, but it asks you to love the ride more than the comfort. Street plus touring is about scenery and time. Track plus speed is about precision and lap-to-lap improvement.
If you will actually do track days, the 600 Supersport becomes the more logical tool because it is designed for that environment. If you ride daily, the 650 Naked usually wins, because it turns every errand into fun, without punishing your body. If your joy is speed and stability at higher pace, the Supersport delivers a sensation a naked bike cannot fully replicate.
Street riders need a bike that feels friendly at 50% effort, because that is where you spend most of your life. Track riders need a bike that stays accurate at 90% effort, because that is where lap times are made.
If you want to ride far, stop often, and still feel good at the end, the street plus touring choice leans toward the Naked 650. If you want to chase skill, speed, and precision, the track plus speed choice leans toward the 600 Supersport. The best street bike is the one that invites you to ride, at any time, not only when you feel like training. The best track bike is the one that rewards precision with stability and makes you want to improve every corner. Ask one question: Where will you actually ride most of the time? Not where you imagine riding once a year. If your environment is traffic, comfort wins. If your environment is a circuit, precision wins. The bike should match the environment. Both are incredible machines. One maximizes enjoyment per mile on the street. The other maximizes speed per lap on the track.
If you want to explore, commute, and tour, choose the 650 Naked Mission. If you want to train, chase lap time, and
Pick the bike that makes you ride more often. Because the fastest bike is the one you actually use.
Street plus touring points to the 650 Naked, track plus speed points to the 600 Supersport. 2 missions, 2 right answers. Choose your reality.